Today, I'm going to be setting up for the month of January in my wellness journal, so stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for deciding to watch this video today. So yes, today I am going to be setting up my January pages plus my 2026 goals pages in my wellness journal. So this is a Go-Getter Girl grid journal. This is pretty close to an A5 size. It is not an exact A5, but it's close enough. And what I'm going to be tracking in here is pretty much anything and everything related to wellness, but I am going to be summarizing what is in my daily wellness planner. So this is a Passion Planner Daily. I use these pages, so it's a 2-page daily, to track everything to the T when it comes to health and wellness. So anything fitness related goes in here, my workout metrics and stuff like that, plus everything wellness relating to my sleep, my anxiety, my stress, my symptoms. I also log food in here and just pretty much anything and everything that I can think of at that moment that I feel like I need to track in here, tracks in here. I also write notes and things like that in here as well. So this is kind of the main hub, but the problem with this is, this is set up just for daily planning. And because I'm using it as a tracker, it is hard to kind of see trends when everything is written on a separate page. I need all of the space for a daily. So that's why I'm going to continue using this, but there just is not very much in here when it comes to room or space to kind of do really much prep work or the tracking. I am going to be using the calendar to map out workouts. I'm going to go week by week and then do a workout plan, which I plan on sticking to. For the past 2 years, I've been very flexible with it. So if I don't feel like working out, I'll just switch the workout. So if I don't feel like doing cardio that day, then I'll switch it out to like an upper body day or something like that. Nope, that's not happening. I'm going to be setting a plan and sticking to it. I'm going to be treating it like I am actually going to a gym and attending a scheduled class. I've learned I cannot like switch up things at all, because then I just switch up everything and it results to me just laying on the couch. So yeah, this is going to be a sped up video, by the way, so don't worry. There's just no way I can get this video done with everything I want to set up in a timely manner. So we're going to speed it up and do a voiceover. But I do want to say how I set this up in January may very well be completely different come February. I'm just kind of learning how to track some of these things for like monthly purposes, and it's just going to be kind of a learning in progress type thing. So I am going to do a cover page. I'm going to put actual monthly goals here because they are going to be a little bit more stringent and more detailed than the actual annual goals, because when I set my annual goals, it's taken into account the entire year. So I'm not going to put, I might say, like, I've already set them in my Moxie Life Planner, so a lot of that's going to get transferred here. But for example, for working out, it was work out a minimum of 3 times a week, because again, I'm looking at the entire year. However, for the month of January, just thinking about scheduling and stuff, I should be able to get probably about 5 days. So that's why I need to set monthly goals in addition to these like annual goals. Then I think I put a 2-page calendar. I don't think I'm going to do a calendar. I think I'm going to just try some habit trackers. I think that might be the easiest way to do it. Again, that could completely change in future months, but I just want to capture a lot of things as far as symptoms, even as far as like my overall mood that day, my anxiety, my sleep and stuff like that. I just kind of want to see it on a larger scale, or in a summarized scale, I guess, not really larger, but in a summarized way. Then I am going to keep track of any medications I'm taking, pharmacy, prescription, and over the counter. And then I'm going to also write down any workout plans that I'm trying this month, things of that nature, how I feel afterwards. Does it work for me? Things of that nature. Because, I've kind of taken an extended break from working out, which is, it's going to be tough to get back into it. But I need to kind of figure out, I love strength training, absolutely love it. But do I need to do more lower weights, higher reps? Do I need to do higher weights, lower reps? Like what does my body respond best to? Does it respond best to yoga versus high intensity cardio? What have you? So I want to take notes on that. I also want to take notes on diet information. I want to write like what kind of diet or what kind of nutritional plan I'm following for the month, and then how my body reacted to that. So yeah, that is what is on tap for today. I do want to just quickly say that I have tons of stamps that I got off Temu. I don't know if I'm going to use them. I just wanted to have everything pulled because I knew this was going to take me a while. So I didn't want to start grabbing stuff, even though I realized I didn't pull out any of my monthly habit trackers. I do have this habit tracker from an Archer and Olive subscription box that I got, I think in 2024. I am going to use this as kind of, I don't know if I'm going to use it as a workout tracker or rings closed tracker. I have to figure it out, but it's going to do one of these. I might have another one of these somewhere. I need to look for that. There we go. Not being fully prepared. I have some Bloom stickers from Martina's Sticker Company. I have a RongRong fitness sticker book, Live Love Posh's Chic Fitness. Yeah, so I have a bunch of stuff here from a bunch of different shops. I am an affiliate for Archer and Olive, Martina's Sticker Company, and Live Love Posh. So check down in the description box for my discount code as well as affiliate links, because it's a great way for you to save a little bit of cash. Plus, I do earn a tiny commission, which I greatly appreciate. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we are going to speed things up, and then I'm going to come back at you with a voiceover. All right, so let's chat goals. Before I actually start, I'm going to say that as far as decorating, I mainly pulled from the Live Love Posh Chic Fitness as well as the RongRong Fitness sticker book. They both have sticker sets that have like more of like an earthy tone, and that's kind of the vibe I was going with today. And I also pulled some of the green and brown blooms from Martina's Sticker Company. So now that I've said that, I do want to say that my focus for this year when it comes to fitness and wellness is consistency. I think that is the same exact focus that I had last year, and it was not successful. So here is to a better year in 2026. Okay, so I'm going to run through my goals really, really quick. Even though I'm still decorating on the screen, I figured it's probably going to take me longer to talk about the goals than it will to write it in a sped up version. So first is fitness. So I'm breaking all of these down into categories, by the way. So the first category is fitness, and I want to work out at least 3 times a week. Again, this is annual goals, not January goals. So I'm thinking of the year as a whole. I want to build muscle, lose fat, gain flexibility, and increase endurance. Those are the kind of big, things that I want to achieve throughout the year. I did actually add some action steps because I think these are going to be consistent throughout the year, and that's why I did want to put them here. I want to have a strength training workout plan. And within that workout plan, I do have a subscription to Les Mills, and I want to do body pump at least once a week because that is, it is lower weights, not really low weights, but lower weights, higher rep. So it is like a cardio / strength training workout in one. And when I used to do body pump regularly, I saw the biggest change in my body. So I kind of want to make sure I'm doing that at least once a week. I could do it twice a week, but right now the plan is once a week. I also want to incorporate at least one heavyweight low rep day, maybe 2, probably 2, because I would need to do an upper day and a lower day. I also have a great flex machine. It is one of those sliding bench trainers, so I definitely want to utilize that as well. I want to yoga and stretch weekly. I want to do multiple times a week. I want to do cardio, and that will consist of rowing, spinning, and boxing. It could consist of other things, but I have equipment for that, and I really want to use that equipment. So yeah, and then I want to do miscellaneous workouts at least every other week. And I put bar there, but that would also probably be the Great Flex one or my sliding bench trainer as well. For overall well-being, I want to track my metrics during sleep. I am actually as of the filming of this video, I am getting a fitness ring that tracks all of that stuff during sleep. I just can't sleep in my Apple Watch. So I want to really track my heart rate and things like that while I'm sleeping. I want to do built-in rest days, and I want to focus on self-care for my body. For nutrition, I want to create a meal plan each month. I want to decrease my processed food and do balanced meals and snacks. I want to feel energized through food, and I want to increase and improve my labs. For action steps, I want a meal plan, meal prep, track food, and note any symptoms. And then finally, for mental health, I want to work on reducing stress and anxiety, focus on positivity and optimism, and focus on self-care, and that was mental self-care. So I did throw down my tracker right here. Again, not 100% sure what I'm going to track there yet, but I wanted to go ahead and put it down because if I didn't, I would probably lose it and then have to draw one from scratch. But now we are going to go ahead and skip to, or actually start with the monthly setups now. I am pulling stickers and trying to find monthly stickers from my little sticker book. Again, sticking with the kind of neutral earth tone look here, vibe here. So for the monthly cover page, I am going to be putting my goals on this page. And yes, I am trying to use all of the stickers. I am really bad about hoarding stickers. So I decided to use some box stickers from the RongRong sticker book. Again, I don't have that many in that sticker book. So once they're gone, but that just provides some satisfaction to me. I think eventually I'll just draw in boxes, but right now I'm using the stickers. So again, I'm going to divide these into the same categories that I did for my annual goals, but I'm going to basically be breaking them down a little bit more here. So for the month of January, I want to work out either more than or at least, I guess we should say at least 5 times a week. I should be able to do that just like looking ahead at my schedule. I mean, it's getting colder, so there should be more time in my house, which, you know, I spend a lot of time in my house anyway, cold or warm. But yeah, so I think I should be able to meet that. I want to do at least 3 days of strength training a week. And as I mentioned previously, it was going to be 1 body pump class, and then the other 2 would be an upper and a lower day. Maybe the more I think about it, I could probably do like an arms day and then couple that with a spin day. So I could actually combine workout and cardio in the same day. I gotta like kind of map that out as far as like timing and stuff goes. But that might actually mean I could do like 4 days of strength training a week. And as far as cardio, I definitely want to use my rower each and every week. I probably will alternate in between boxing and spin. I want to do yoga, and I also want to incorporate either a bar or a Pilates class, probably leaning more towards Pilates because I can use my Great Flex or my slide and bench trainer for Pilates. So I might like lean toward that. Plus it kind of gives me that like extra stretching plus core workout. I also really want to do a 15-minute stretch routine after each workout. So because I stream all of my fitness videos, there usually is like a 3 to 5 minute cool down, sometimes even less than that. I really need to do more than that. So I want to extend that by like hopefully 15 minutes. Probably is going to be like 10 to 15 minutes if I'm being realistic. And I want to do stretching in the morning. Every single morning when I wake, I really, really need to, because I'm spending money on massages, and literally right after I leave the massage parlor, all the muscles tighten up again, and I do absolutely nothing to loosen that up. All right, I'm going to skip to the nutrition next, which is like the next biggest category. I'm going to be planning and prepping all of my meals. My prep days right now for the month of January, I think, can be Sunday and Wednesday. That's typically what they are anyway. I want to do no gluten. I want to do less than 10% of processed food throughout the entire month. And I want to decrease dairy. I want to limit that to maybe 1 meal a day as far as dairy goes. I want to do healthy snacks. I want to track and log all my food. For just kind of overall well-being, like I said, I want to track during sleep, heart rate, stuff like that. Continue with massages. I want to use my massager, and I want to alternate between heating and icing, especially with my neck and upper back. And then for mental clarity and health, I want to meditate at least 3 times a week, and I want to journal. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm setting up my trackers pages. The stamps that I'm using here came from the Advent calendar from Archer and Olive. These are really, really nice stamps, and I love the way they actually stamp. They stamped really well, y'all. Really impressed. Obviously, if you can't tell, this is my first time using the stamp. So I put 4 months here, 4 monthly stamps, or I don't know how to say that here. And it's going to be for 4 things that I'm going to be tracking using these monthly calendars. So what I will do is I'll use a dot marker, circle something, exit, check it. I don't know yet. Basically, whatever I'm tracking. The things that I'm going to be tracking here are things that are going to be happening a little bit more intermittently. So it's not something that I'm tracking to make sure I do every day. It's something that I'm kind of tracking more like symptomatic type stuff. I don't know. There's a couple of things I have yet to kind of decide what I'm going to use the trackers for. So maybe I will track something in those two if I can't think of something that's kind of going on with me physically. Maybe I will track to make sure I'm doing something every day for accountability. The other trackers that I'm using where I'm actually using the habit trackers, this I want to do scores. So I want to, I got to figure out how I'm going to score my stress, but I want to do a stress score. And when I'm thinking about stress score, I'm thinking about stress and anxiety combined. And I just want to give myself a score. And I might actually write that in the little box that I end up putting next to it. I put that there for notes, but it might be a good idea to actually write a key for that. And then the next one is for muscle soreness, neck and upper back, because I'm going to really be trying to use heat and ice, use a massager, stretch. I really want to kind of track and see if I'm like feeling any difference and just the overall discomfort when it comes to my upper back and neck. And then finally, the last habit trackers that I add to the page, those are from the same sheet that I got from Archer and Olive. I'm going to be tracking sleep. Now, right now I just have sleep, okay? And that's because I'm still waiting on my ring to come in. But I got to kind of see how accurate that is. I don't know if they give you a sleep score or what, or if I'm just going to track my hours, or if I'm going to track my quality. I don't know yet exactly how this goes. So again, I think this is something, in all honesty, I'm going to be coming in on Sunday, probably the 4th, or Saturday the 3rd, and filling in all these trackers at once. So I do have a little bit of time to play with as far as figuring things out. So yeah, I haven't decided what I'm going to track as far as sleep. It might be the sleep score, or it might be the sleep hours. We'll figure it out. But I do plan on tracking something every single month when it comes to sleep. Okay, on to the next 2 pages. So these pages, I am going to be tracking medical related stuff. Everything is medical in a way, but this is specifically for like medications and doctor's notes. So I do have a doctor's appointment in January. So my prescription medication could change as far as probably like dosage information, but I want to log all of the actual prescriptions that I'm on each month. This may be very well something that tends to be repetitive. I may end up changing it at some point in the future and just write any changes in my prescription medication. But right now I'm going to put all of my prescriptions on there. I'm going to list the prescription, the milligrams, and things like that. I'm going to note how often I take it, or when I take it, or how often I take it and when I take it. Because some of them I take like once a week. Some of them I take at nighttime. Some of them I take first thing in the morning and things like that. And then I have another section for vitamins. I'm going to probably be tracking pretty much close to the same thing. Definitely dosage, because that does change based on whatever one I pick up. And I'm going to note when I take it, because some of them I take like midday or really mid-morning. Others I take at nighttime. So I want to note that, because vitamins, they are semi-consistent for me, but when I run out, I might get a different brand or something of that. So I kind of want to know all of that too. So I'm going to be noting the specifics when it comes to vitamins, which means I got to write really, really tiny. And then I'm going to note any over-the-counter medication that I've taken. The box that I have for that is probably a little too large. I don't really do very many over-the-counters. I do have a prescription for migraine medicine. I would probably count that as over-the-counter, because it's not something I take every day. It's something that I take, whenever a migraine comes on. But I do want to note that here as well. And then on the page across from that, which you can't see right now because I'm talking so much and my video is so fast, I do have a doctor's appointment. I'm going to write all the notes from that appointment on that page, as well as any notes regarding my labs. So on the final 2 pages, we have the workout summary. The workout summary, this is going to be a summary of the workout program that I decide to take on. So if I decide to do a specific strength training program, I will write that in there. I might write something about body pump, like if I'm going to stick to the same release every single week for that particular month. I might note that in there. So it's just going to be kind of like workout notes. Maybe if I do a PR, I might write that on there, you know, personal record, not public relations. I might write that on there. So I don't know. We'll have to see how I use this. Again, I'm trying to think how I'm going to use this, but I really won't know until I get in here. And then similarly, I am having a meal plan and notes section. I do have 5 bullet points here for each and every week. I'm going to kind of try to do semi-whole 30 type diet in the month of January, but there might be some fluctuations during that first month throughout the week. So I want to account for that. So that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, I am done. Quick flip, just as a reminder, because this is a long video, at least for me. Hopefully not as long for you guys, because I sped it up. But here's my goals page. And I did add stickers to make everything cute, because it makes me happy to see a decorated page. And it's all about improving mental health as well. I didn't really do anything here, only because I have to see if I still had another one of these or not. The only thing about this is obviously because I am starting on December 29th, I'm going to have to add here 29, 30, and 31. Still not set in stone what I'm going to track here. It may just be workouts. It may be when I close all of my Apple Watch stats. If I find another one, I don't know that I'm going to do workouts and Apple Watch stats. I might do something with like nutrition, or maybe something with stretching or something like that. That actually sounds pretty good. Now that I say that, stretching would be good for a second one. And then here is my cover page with my goals. This is how I'm going to do it. I think I like this because I like to have a decorated page that's really, really pretty, but I need the space. I don't have enough pages in here to have just a fun decorated cover page. So I'm combining that with my goals. And again, this is a more pared down version than my annual goals. This is where I'm getting down into the nitty gritty as far as fitness and meals go. This is kind of, gonna stay very similar to what this is. I was a little bit more specific. We're kind of going to see how things go this month. These might be a rinse and repeat every month. I don't know. We'll see. Here are my tracker pages. I really like this. I like using the month stamps. What I'm going to do is just like a dot marker or an X or something on the days I have a migraine, on the dates I have bloat. This is going to be important just because I'm going to be changing up my eating habits. And all healthy food does not agree with everybody. So I need to figure that out as well. Leaving these open until I can see what I really want to track. So, I may wait until the end of the week to kind of figure out what the space is for this, which is perfectly fine. So these, I'm going to take it a step further. So this is the reason why I did ones that had an empty space or boxes versus the calendar. I want to write numbers in here. So that's the reason why I went that way. And then I wanted spaces for notes. I could have left it blank, but I like the way the boxes look. Then this is my medication log. So this could be consistent month to month, but I don't know. Things very well can change. I do have a doctor's appointment in January. That's why I have this big space. I'm going to write the date and then write the doctor's notes. I might write my lab information here. So this is going to be a very busy spread for the month of January, at least. February may not have an appointment, so I might just kind of use this for a different function, maybe half for medical type notes and then half for something else. But even if this is the same every month, I think I'm gonna still keep doing it because things could change, especially when it comes to vitamins. I could get lazy, could run out, what have you. My workout summary, I went over that during voiceover, and my meal plan. So that is it. That is all. That's all, but that's quite a few spreads. I have 6 pages of active spreads that I'm going to need to come in and update at the end of every week. Again, most of this is just going to be a summary of what is actually in my fitness planner. But like I said, I really do need to summarize it in one place so I can do a quick reference. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe it gave you some ideas. Maybe it gave you some inspiration. Either way, if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And if you've yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing. So now that this is set up, I don't know how many videos there will be throughout the month as far as health and wellness goes. I know I'm going to be doing at least one video. I think I'm going to be doing about at least one video each month where I do those plan with me vlog style videos in regards to my health and wellness, filling out my planner, maybe even go a step further, chat about meal planning, maybe even share with you some of that stuff. We'll see what you guys like to figure out how that goes, because maybe I can even up that to twice a month, depending on the response. But other than that, my daily planner, there's not much to really set up. I probably will just throw in some fun at Decorate With Me. I just decorated a whole bunch of pages in that one and did a video for that. Not sure if it's going to be up before or after this video, so we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of what to like look forward to as far as fitness and wellness goes on my channel. So definitely a setup video, probably at the end of the month for the next month, and then 1 to 2 videos throughout the month regarding the actual like using this and maybe a vlog style thing about fitness and wellness. So yep, let me know if you have any ideas for videos, things you want to see more of. I will definitely try to accommodate that. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.